Hi, this is Chris Bosch, and you're listening to Animal House Radio with Aaron and Dr. Mike.
Do you have furniture that, we're okay, there's a difference between expensive furniture and furniture that is, antique furniture.
Right. Or family heirlooms.
We're not talking about,
furniture.
it's your bubby's couch and it's covered up with the plastic anyways, stuff like that, or people are just crazy, and that's like short-term gains,
Right.
You have to have your own personal criteria. So if my criteria was, well, I never really had this discussion, but if I would just think right now, what would I do? I have to say, okay, what type of furniture do I have? Do I have furniture that can be easily replaced? That's A. B, can I get scratching posts? Can I get all these other things that all these great companies make to deter the cats from doing it to you?
So scratching posts, that's one. I mean, there's a ton of scratching posts out there. Some are better than others, but and I don't know if you knew this, but cats have scent glands on their feet. Yes. And so the way you can get them to use the scratching post is you take them over to the brand new scratching post and you actually rub their feet on the post. Did you know that's kind of neat? And what that does is that puts their scent on the post, and they're much more likely to go back to that scent. Now, if you don't do that, there's a wonderful spray called Feel Away, and it's a natural pheromone spray. It's a spray that they take from the facial pheromones. They're like on their whiskers. That's what it's called. Feel Away.
My ex-girlfriends used to spray that all over them.
Okay.
No, it's true. For the cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can spray that on a scratching post, and the cat's more likely
to go on there and consistently
So
go
the
on
things you can do to entice your kitty cat to go and scratch on a surface that is better than your couch. The other thing that you can do is you can put things on the couch when they're younger to deter them from even going on there. And a lot of people have some really neat ideas. Aluminum foil. If you bunch it up, they love it as a toy. But if you lay it flat and a cat jumps on there, it really frightens them. That's one. Double-sided tape, believe it or not. If you put double-sided tape at the end of your couch, just for a month or two, and the cat goes and scratch, they hate touching double-sided tape. I guess it makes them feel sort of odd. So the whole idea is they're going to go on there, try to scratch. They're going to feel that double-sided tape. They're going to get a little freaked out, and hopefully they won't go back. There's the infamous squirting gun thing. Now, a lot of people use a squirt gun for cats, and I think it's great if used correctly. I'm a big person when it comes to squirting cats with a water gun is messages from space. If a cat sees you, like Clint Eastwood pointing the gun at him and saying, what's that famous saying? So you're probably thinking, did you shoot 6 shots? Only you feel lucky.
Did you fire 5 shots or 6 shots? Are you young enough to be my wife?
That's not a good Clint Eastwood voice, so stop.
I don't know.
Okay. But anyway, you don't want to point it at them because they do hold a grudge.
Well, you know what?
Make sure that,
Yeah, but you know what? Someone who's interesting is going to chit-chat about us, is someone who represents the city of Toronto and Toronto Animal Services. So, Nicola, welcome to Animal House Radio, the edition of Aaron and Lauren Conrad, who are getting married. How you doing, Nicola?
Oh, UNLC, that's hot news.
Oh, yeah, baby. It's AT and LC making a baby.
This is getting too far from my liking. I'm hanging up
all over the star next week.
Oh, I know. Isn't this scary?
Isn't this amazing? She just was totally...
It's amazing in your eyes, buddy.
She was all over me. I went in the back there. She wouldn't stop. She's like, oh, Aaron, you're the best. I've been reading up on you. And she was just...
Nicola, do you have any T64 in your truck that you can bring over here pretty quick? T61, I mean? Sorry, T64.
Oh, yeah, I definitely have Aaron-worthy equipment.
Oh,
not
good.
A problem.
Wonderful.
Hey,
yeah, we need a muzzle, that's for sure.
Me, you, and a bottle of tequila, baby. So what's going on Toronto Animal Services? What's going on with Toronto Animal Services?
Oh, well, we have a couple little interesting stories, but is Mike all done talking about scratching posts?
No, I'm going to let you talk about it if you like.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can get in on the discussion, too. I mean, I'd love to hear your opinion on this stuff as well.
I mean, of course, I agree entirely with whatever Mike says and disagree entirely with whatever Aaron says. I mean, that's my position.
I love you. See, this chick knows what she's talking about.
Well, you just called her a chick.
I'm just kidding. I was just saying that.
How
I don't know. Oh, I know.
Dare you?
I apologize.
But she disagrees with what I said. I said that Nicola is always right. So that means she thinks that she's always wrong.
I am frequently.
There you go.
I'm big enough, at least in my own mind, to
do you know I can really hurt him? I'm going to show you how I can really hurt him. Buffalo's winning 2-1. That's how I can hurt his.
Well, Montreal's got 22 shots against Buffalo. Okay. This is great.
Sorry, continue on.
Sorry.
Excellent advice about the whole scratching post. And just,
any other thoughts that you have? I mean, the feel away, the soft paw. Have you ever had experience with those soft paws yourself, or people that have talked to you about them?
No,
I've had some,
I haven't.
some mixed reviews.
But you know, the thing I find that works and is consistent. But the placement of the scratching post is very important.
Yes.
You know, luring them, making it appear cat friendly. All the things you talked about, kind of luring them into it.
Right.
I've had a scratching post, and I will boast, I've had this thing for 12 years. They love it. They use it, and it's actually still in one piece.
Wonderful.
But it's the best thing in the world. They occasionally look at the sofa and then look at me. And I've got it down to a fine art now. I just glare at them with little lasers coming out of my eyes. It works perfectly.
Well, it's just like a kennel for a dog. I mean, if you make it enjoyable, my Dexter loves going to his kennel at night. Really loves it. And people think, oh, God, he's going to jail. No, he loves his kennel. And in the same light, if you get cats enjoying their scratching post, there's no reason for them to go anywhere else but the scratching post.
Oh, God, they love it. As soon as I walk in the door, you know, they're on it. They're doing their little, look, Mom, look what I can do. Have I showed you this thing I can do on the scratching post? You know, tear a few little threads out and then, you know, run off and do stuff. It's absolutely the most fabulous thing in the world for them. Excellent. It's one of the best investments I think you can get when you bring home a new kitty cat.
And the other thing I want your opinion on that is obviously, I mean, it's a no-brainer in my mind, but, you know, the one thing we haven't mentioned yet is constantly trimming your cat's nails. I mean, people just don't do that. You know, they just don't assume that it's part of the job. Well, if you own a cat, no, but if, you know, for those who are dead set against declawing, well, figure out, learn how to. So often we try to show people how to do it, and then they end up coming back once a year and, you know, just getting their cat's nails done. And sometimes they need it done more than once a year. How do you feel about that?
Or then you get the nice ingrown ones. Oh, God. The ones in the toe pads.
People don't ever see that. That's the problem. They don't hang out at the clinic or at your place and see cats walking in with.
I don't understand why.
And fires. That's happens so many times. I think people just take it for granted. But for a cat to do it, it's
maybe
great.
The cat had claws and scratched the owner. And
well, I guess the cat just jumped on him, or jumped on his head, or jumped on his bed, or something, and that woke him up.
That's
so
great.
It must not have been a very common thing for this kitty to do. But as soon as he was up, the cat said, "Okay, I'm out of here." And fortunately, she was found. So.
That's a great story. You know what I love about those great stories is they make it out into the media. You know, people really love to hear those stories, and it warms my heart that people enjoy reading stories about animal heroics, because that's that's what we do every day, right? I mean, it's great. So
it's fantastic. I mean, there's so many good little stories out there, and you know, Aaron, maybe for your next little business venture, you may want to do a radio show that's just about good news. Just the good news. None of the bad stuff, just the good stuff.
I haven't said anything bad today. I think it's great news that Lauren wants me. It's amazing.
This guy's got to come off the horsey.
No, I got a haircut and I had my bar mitzvah. I'm ready to grow up. This is great.
That's excellent. Well, congratulations on your impending nuptials.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll let my friends know that she's taken.
There you go. She's gone. She's all mine. Nicola, we got to let you go. We have less than 30 seconds. But once again, if you have anything for Toronto Animal Services, call 416-338-PAWS or www.toronto.ca/animal services. Nicola, feel better. Go take some time on and
feel
relax,
better.
okay?
Take care. Thank
Will
you.
do.
Have a great weekend. That's Nicola from Toronto Animal Services. Listen, this is only part one of our show about declawing. Next week, it is going to get intense. Heat. It is going to be...
Well, first of all, I'm going to
heated.
talk about how we declaw in our clinic, so that people and what if they're planning on having an animal declawed, because it's not just going to stop. So if we're going to keep doing it, I want people to know how it's supposed to be done, and you know, what are the techniques and what are some of the things that owners need to ask their veterinarians. I think it's important. So we'll talk about that next week.
Next week. And once again, congratulations to our winner, as Mike is going to read them, for the Samsung
Lynn Vistra. Lynn Vistra.
Lynn, we're going to give you a call. Congratulations. You're in Ottawa, and you read the 24-hour paper in Ottawa. Congratulations. You've won yourself a Jack phone, and you're going to get jacked up with a brand new phone, and it's worth almost $500 for Rogers. Congratulations. It's a really great gift, courtesy of, once again, Samsung, Animal House Radio, and Lauren Conrad gave it away for you. How cool is that? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great show. Thanks to our good friends from Domino's Pizza to Tech Savvy, from everybody. We're going to see you next week for part 2 of the declawing segment. For Joe, Dr. Mike, Richmond, Adriana, Janelle, Deborah back there, and Lauren Conrad from the Hills, who gave up a spoiler for what's going to happen. You didn't get that anywhere else. We're going to see you next week on Animal House Radio. Take care.